Okay, I'm back out at the Anne of Green Gables site again for the third hunt. Third time out here, doing a prime area at this location, right by the front doors, where there's always a lot of traffic. And pulled up what I believe is a large scent. I'll turn you around and let you have a look. I haven't even checked it out yet. I just know it's a large scent. And it seems to be in pretty good condition from here, but I'll show you. There it is. That's the size of a large scent. It's the shape of a large scent. It's got the markings of a large scent. The question is, how old is it? And see if it's a Vicky first of all. Nope, it's not a Vicky, but I'll get a date off it and let you know. Okay, it's a 1919 King George V. Not going to clean it anymore here in the field. I'll take a toothpick to it when I get home. But that must mean there's more things here. And I really was not honestly going to dig that signal. It was choppy. It wasn't very pretty. And this penny, this scent, was only maybe 3 inches down. So yeah, it's a great find. And I'll add that to the collection. So that's 3 large scents and 5 silvers out of this property. Good stuff. Well, isn't this cute? It's a little fleur-de-lis, often associated with the Boy Scouts. That's the way it came out of the ground. It just fell off the side of the plug, and I didn't notice it until I was putting the plug back in. But I don't think it's silver. It doesn't have any markings on the back. But that's pretty cute. Pretty awesome find. There's obviously a pin or something at one point. Yeah, the things you find. I'll never get tired of it. Hey folks, guys and gals, this one's not even out of the hole yet. It looks and appears to be another large scent, which is great. That's number 2 on the day. Let's have a look at it. Hang on a second. That's not a large scent. That looks like a British penny. That looks like a British penny. Oh, look at the shine off of that. I'm going to get a date off of this. This might be pretty old. Yeah, wow. Hang on just 1 second. Well, friends and neighbors, this is a bucket list. This is an 1897 British halfpenny. 1897. It appears to be in really good condition. There's Queen Victoria on the front. She's a little smooth. But boy, talk about one to add to your collection. This place never stops surprising me. Look at that. Gorgeous. Okay, just discovered something. I'm not sure what it is. Maybe you could help me out. It looks like it might be part of a hairpiece, maybe? I don't know. It was about 4 inches down. I thought it was like a part of a clothespin or something, but certainly looks like a bow. Might have had a pin in it at one time or some other attachment to use it for your hair. I don't know. Maybe you can tell me. Might have a little bit of fancy on there. But interesting find, and it's getting close to the end of the day here, so I'm gonna maybe dig one more coin and wrap it up. So let's hope it's in the next 5 minutes. Talk to you soon. Well, that's not a bad start to the day. Very first hole, very first target. 3 coins in the one hole, a loonie, a toonie, and a penny. I'm up $2.01 already. I'm 5 minutes in. Let's see what we get next one. Okay, here's what I'm talking about, my friends. I had to chase this one. I had to dig a double hole, and it was about 9 inches deep, and the tiniest little signal you can imagine. But I was well rewarded. This is a fish scale, and I already checked the date. It's 1919. Beautiful. I love finding these. It's not easy, but it sure is a lot of fun. So I'll clean that up and show you in the wrap-up. But I've already checked the date, 1919. Beauty. Let's see what else we can find. So I'm digging away here at this location, and I hear somebody calling my name from a distance, and two guys come running up to me and say, "Hey, I'm subscribed to you," and I got a great big hug and everything else. So here we got a couple of guys that have subscribed to my channel. They're avid diggers down from Oakville, is that right?
Yes, right.
Okay, so I'm going to. So here we got these two guys here, father and son, right?
Yeah.
So introduce yourselves. Tell me about what you do and where you're from and everything.
So I'm Mike. My YouTube channel is Canadian History Hunter, and this is my
Sure,
dad.
put a plug in, a free plug there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm John. I'm his dad.
Okay, so this is
I'm
a great.
the ride.
This is a great way for two guys to spend some time together, father, son, and a lot of bonding goes on there, and they just might happen to find something good. This guy has a horseshoe up his butt, apparently.
Yeah.
And what machine are you using now?
The Mine Lab Equinox 600.
Oh, the Nox, yes,
Yeah.
that's a good machine.
Yeah.
Yeah, so what's the best thing you found this year? Putting you on the spot here.
A Roman coin, actually.
No.
Yeah, it was in the same hole as two 30s coins, a Mercury diamond, a 1930-something silver quarter. So
Isn't that amazing?
Strangest thing in the world.
Things like that dropping in the same hole.
Insane.
Probably from different time periods, I would
Yeah.
think.
Probably. Yeah.
Isn't that something? Well, you know, sometimes there's a favorite place under a big tree where people sit over not only decades but generations, and they lose things, you know, over a long period of time. So sometimes that makes sense that there's different eras of things in the same hole. I've come across that myself on occasion. A modern penny and a 1920 quarter, you know, that kind of thing. It's crazy. But anyway, so it's nice to have these guys just drop by, recognize me, and say hello. And and yeah, I wish you guys all the luck on your adventures and happy hunting.
Thank
Happy
you.
hunting.
All right, John and Mike just left. That was a lot of fun. Just randomly driving by and saw me digging here and thought they'd drop over and say hello and have a few laughs. And I wish they had stuck around for a couple minutes because I just found something really important. I'll turn you around and show you. Okay, not a large scent, but it's an old scent. It's what year is that anyway? 1928, 1921. Yeah, 1921, 1 cent. Very nice. I like these. I like these almost as much as I like the largies. Great find. Okay, on to the next one. Well, I was pulling nothing but nuts and bolts out of this hole. Probably about 5 or 6 different pieces of iron. And then I checked the plug. Well, first of all, just about 2 feet away I found a 1941 King George penny. I wasn't going to show that. You guys are sick of watching me pull up King George the 6 pennies, and everybody else too. But then I found this. It's a largie. It's a largie. Haven't checked the date yet. I'm pretty sure I can get a date off of that. And then it's a 1900 something, I believe. The obverse side is pretty green, pretty corroded. But I'll clean it off and see if I can get a date at least. Be right back. Okay, this is a 1903. 1903 largie, King Edward on the front. This is actually going to clean up really well. All of that corrosion there is very soft. That'll come off with a toothpick. He's got some really good detail on the obverse. So another great find. I'm so happy. Like, what have I got today? I've got that silver fish scale. I've got the 1921 penny, and now a 1903. You can barely see the 3 though. I mean, you can see the 190 digits fine, but the 3 is almost not there. So I don't know what that is. I don't know if this is a key date or not. I'll look it up when I get home for sure and check it out. Okay, I haven't done one of these in a while. I'm going to do a semi-live dig here. That's where I pulled up that 1903 large cent right there. You can barely see the plug. I'll do a little bit more repair on that. Then I got a signal right next door to it in this hole here. And I don't know if you can see it, but right here I see a little rim of something. Definitely the pinpointer picks it up right there. I'm just going to ease it out with my trowel, get behind it, and just pop it and see what we got. Still there. Probably just dig this with my hand. Yeah, here it is. Here it is. It's another largie. Holy mackerel. Two largies, one right beside the other. I can't believe the day I'm having. And this property just is so rich in history, so rich in old coins and artifacts. I'll get a date off this and get right back to you. Okay, it is another King Edward. You can see that right there, but I can't quite get a date off it. It's going to take a little bit of serious cleaning. I can see a 1 and a 9. It's obvious that that's the first two digits of the year. And being a King Edward, he started in 1902, I believe, and didn't reign for many years until King George V took over. So it's early 1900s, that's for sure. I'll show you in the wrap-up if I can get a date off it. What a great day. Let's keep looking. Okay, this looks like a chain of some kind. Right in the sidewall there. I don't want to pull it because it might break. It doesn't look like silver or gold or anything like that, but it does look like a chain. So I'm going to keep digging. And I'll show you what it is when I get it out. Okay, it's definitely a braided chain. There's about an 8 or 9 inch length. A braided chain, and there's more in there. So I don't know if I broke that off or not. I was very gentle taking it out. So I'm going to dig the rest of this out, and who knows what it's attached to. This is fun. Okay, well, there it is. A total of maybe 16 or 18 inches of braided iron chain. Nothing attached to it. It ran lengthwise, like it wasn't all curled up in a ball or anything. It ran lengthwise. You can see the hole I had to dig there. That's going to be fun trying to patch that up, but I'll do my best. And also I'll check the hole again just to make sure there's nothing in there, but interesting find. Okay, I got a bit of a hot spot here. Within 4 foot circle, I found those two largies, that long piece of braided chain, and now I found a Wheatie, 1941. Don't mind finding these. Could dig them all day long. But all these targets I'm digging, it's slowing me down. Can't hunt if I'm finding things, right? So anyway, on to the next one. I don't believe this. This is one good hit after another. Like, just every time I turn around, I've got like 4 or 5 good hits right in a row. And look at this. That's too deep not to be silver. And I'm thinking that's a silver quarter. Let's have a good, careful look at it. I'm not going to rub it too much. I've got some water nearby. It looks pretty smooth. Certainly is the size of a quarter, and it's the color of silver. I think I'll call this video, The Color of Silver. But there's too many other good finds just to focus on the silver. I'm going to get this cleaned up, and I'll show you what it is. Okay, that, my friends, is a Queen Victoria quarter, the first one I've ever found. I don't think I'm going to get a date off of that. It's pretty smooth. Let me just check. Nope, not going to get a date off of this one. Just right where the date's supposed to be, it's polished, it's smooth. You can see a lot of other detail around the perimeter though. The oak leaves. And Queen Victoria herself is quite recognizable. Now, I don't know if when they changed the effigy on Queen Victoria, this might give me some idea in terms of the era. She was reigning for a long time. This looks like it might be a young Vicky, but I'll do more research. I mean, I'm flabbergasted. I am absolutely astounded that I'm finding these things one right after the other. This is a bucket lister for sure. Got those other large scents and old small scent. The fish scale today, unbelievable. I am so fortunate to have this property to hunt. Yeah. Amazing. Oh, no way. No way. It's a day for relics as well as coins. Look at this little gun. It feels like it's lead. It's so heavy. A little toy gun. Amazing. It's complete. It's not broken. I wonder what it's from. Look at that. I'm going to clean that up. It's a little corroded. It's probably not lead because it's corroded, but solid steel, yes. A little toy gun. Amazing. This place is giving it all. I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay, I'm digging everything here, folks, and this is why. This signal came up in the mid-60s, of all things, and but it was consistent and strong, so I dug it, and this is why. It's a 1920 penny. That's King George V. Look at that. That's beautiful. Now, you folks in the States, you probably think, oh, that's modern, being 1920. You guys are used to digging up stuff that's 100 years older than this, or maybe even 200 years older. But to me, this is history. It's a treasure, and I'll never get tired digging these up and getting them discovered, recovered, and discovered, and uncovered, and all those other things. There you go, 1920, 1 cent. Well, looks like we got largie number 3 for the day. And this was not a good signal, folks. This was all over the place, from the low 60s to low 70s, jumping up and down. I haven't even looked at it yet. Does that have a hole in it? Yeah, it looks like it's got a hole punched in it. And it's a Vicky. This has got to be old. This may be the oldest coin I found so far. I'm going to get a date on it and get it right back. Okay, we got history here. This is 1890. It's not the oldest largie I ever found. That was in 1882. But this one's got a hole in it. And sometimes they did that. They punched a hole in it with a hammer and nail so that they could put a string of leather or something through there and tie it around their neck or whatever. But yeah, great find. Very historic. Very cool. And I'm fortunate to have it because I wasn't going to dig that target at all. Maybe the hole in it had something to do with the choppiness of the signal. Can't really say that's the case because after all it is a large copper. So anyway, I'll keep it and move on. Remember that tiny little gold ring I found over there? I think it was last session. It wouldn't even fit on my pinky, it was so small. Look at this ring. Belonged to a giant. A giant's ring. It's perfectly round. Could be the hub of a wagon axle or something like that. I don't know. That is huge. Didn't think I was going to get it out of the ground there for a bit, so look at the hole. Anyway, that's history, but don't know what it means or anything. Okay, this is a great way to finish off a day. I said this was going to be my last hole, especially if it's something good. And it is. I believe I have another fishy. Look at the size of that little thing. Pretty sure that's what it is. Small enough. Let me check it. I'll get right back to you. Okay, yeah, it's been quite a day. 2 fish scales, a Victorian quarter, 2 largies, a few other relics. I'm astounded. And really, I just covered like a 6-foot strip from one end of the yard to the other today. That's all I did. And maybe it's 30 yards long, meters long. And this fishy I just found, it's a 1920. I'll show you. Just barely make out the year on it. It is a 1920 King George V. Do I have that facing the right way? I don't know. No, there it is. Okay. See if I can get a nice zoom in here on it. In focus. In focus. It doesn't look focused to me. There we go. Don't know if you can see that 1920 fish scale. Amazing. Oh, what a great day. Anyway, time to go home, catch up on some work stuff, have dinner, and relax for the evening. Thanks for watching. Well, hi again, everybody. This is Kevin from Digging Halton. As you just saw in those video clips, I had one of my best weeks ever. Well, if not the best week ever. I still can't believe some of the stuff that was in the ground at that place. And there's more to come. There's more to come in future videos. So stay tuned for that. We're going to do the wrap up now. And yeah, you just can't make this stuff up. If I tried to make this up, nobody would believe it. So it's all actually real, genuine, and I'm more surprised than anybody and very humbled by the ridiculous number of special finds that I had that particular week. So let's have a look together and send me your comments. I really appreciate that. Subscribe if you haven't. Share this with your groups too. You know other metal detectorists, and you know, you can send this out to them. And yeah, I really appreciate your feedback. So thanks for watching, and hope you enjoy. Here's the spendables for this week. Not very much, surprisingly, considering all the digging I did. I'll try to get that in a better light for you. $4.80 added to the previous week's total of $172.05 comes up with $176.85, and still hoping and expecting to get to $200 for this year. So this is all my spendables for this year alone. And yeah, that'll go to a worthy charity when the time comes. Here's the modern pennies. Again, well, there's 48 of them there, but I think that's below the average that I've been hitting every week so far this summer. And you can see some of them are in really pretty bad shape. But that's okay. They'll go into the big penny bin, and got some plans for that. I'm going to buy a rock tumbler and put all these in it, and they'll all come up nice and shiny, at which time my wife wants to make a tabletop or some such thing by putting all those pennies in on a table, and then putting a resin on top of that, and it'll make a really nice presentation piece. So there you go. Relics. You saw me dig up this little fleur-de-lis. Still don't know what that came from. It's deceptively shiny though. Not a precious metal, but kind of cool. It was part of a pin or something at one time. So I got that. This is old. This I didn't really find anything on it through my research, but it sure looks like a hair braid or hair pin of some kind, a hair piece. You can see where the pin, maybe it was a brooch. Yeah, maybe it was a brooch with a pin attached to there and hooked onto there. That's probably what it is. Although I don't know why anybody would wear a brooch this shape, but hey, it's kind of nice. And this old toy gun. Somebody said that there were guns of this size that were part of a like a detective's collection or something like that. I'll try to get into some good light here. You know, it came with a badge and some other police paraphernalia, pair of handcuffs, that sort of thing. I'm not sure if that is part of a set like that or not. When I get an electrolysis machine, for sure this will be one of the first things to go into it to see if I can get any more detail or identification off of that. If anybody else knows more about this, please let me know. Yeah, my curiosity is right up there on that one. So this is a pure strip of copper, and I found this near the church, and the church has a copper steeple. That's what they used back then, and as it ages it turns green and brings on that oxidation, and looks quite good. You might have seen that on church buildings in the past. Still have no idea about this chain, but look at the size of it. Yeah, don't know what that might have been used for. Maybe a necklace or yeah, you tell me. And this looks like a cap for a gas pipe. It says General 125 on this side. It's also got some writing on the inside. But it was in the ground. I checked to make sure it didn't attach to any existing utility pipes or anything like that. It wasn't anywhere near the building, so it was just out there and random. Got dropped somehow. Now for the coins, the old special coins. Probably my best week ever, folks. I still can't believe the stuff that I found. Starting with this 1919 Largie in really amazing condition. Look at the detail on King Eddie there. This one is the 1903 with the 3 barely visible, but it is there. And the obverse is a little corroded, not quite as nice as the Eddie. This is King George the 5th. Oh, I'm sorry, no, this is also King Eddie. Yeah, of course it is at that age. And this is a King George. This is a King George, the 5th. So then we got another King Edward, which is really nice on the obverse. Very clean. But then the reverse is like this. And I could not get a date off of this. I didn't want to soak it in lemon juice or something like that. The coins come up really porous as a result of being exposed to acidic liquid like lemon juice. So thought I might as well just leave this as it is. It's 1900 something. Then I got this one here from 1890 with a hole through it. And it looks like that hole was made with a square nail, which was common at the time. And it's got the H below the date there. And of course Queen Victoria on the front. Not in the best of condition. It's also got a little bit of a bend in it, a little buckle there, but not bad still. And then I got a couple of older small cents, including a 1920 and this really beautiful 1921. I love the color of it. It's funny how copper can come out at different colors on the spectrum. This one's really quite nice. Look at that. Again, King George V on the obverse. And this bucket lister here, an 1897 halfpenny from Britain. Look at that. Of course, Queen Victoria, the veiled Queen Victoria on the obverse. A little smooth, but you know what? That's okay. That's still a great find. And then the silver. 2 fishies, which you saw in the video. This one here is in really quite good condition. If it'll just focus in. And the other one here. There's the front of it. And then the grand prize. This turns out to be an 1872 Queen Victoria quarter. You probably won't be able to see the date on there, but under the right light conditions, and let me see if I can do better than this. I don't know why it's not. There. Under the right light conditions and magnification, I was able to absolutely identify this as an 1872 quarter. It was in circulation for quite a while before it was lost, but I was fortunate enough to be able to find it. There's the young Queen Victoria there on the front. Again, quite smooth, but a bucket lister nevertheless. Amazing. Then just some random old coins, a few Wees and King George the VI pennies. But all in all, quite an amazing week. Probably one of my best weeks ever. I hope you enjoyed watching these videos. I'm up 260 some odd subscribers now, which is kind of a measurement really to tell me how much people are enjoying the videos. I enjoy making them. Of course, I enjoy the hunt as well and finding this stuff. So I just love sharing it with you guys. So have a great week. I'm in St. John's, Newfoundland this coming week. So you'll see the video from that in a couple of weeks from now. And hoping to find a lot of history out there. Thanks for watching. Have a great week, and we'll see you again soon. Take care.